Tired of paying subscriptions just to record your screen and make simple tutorials? I was too. That's why I started using OpenScreen, a powerful free and open source tool that lets you create clean, professional tutorials for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook without all paying monthly fees. So if you're trying to level up your content and keep things simple, watch the full tutorial and I'll show you exactly how to use OpenScreen the right way. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified whenever I post new videos. If you'd like to support the channel and help it grow, click the three dots, select Thanks, and choose your contribution. Any amount, no matter how small, is truly appreciated. And don't forget to hit the like button. It truly helps the channel grow. Alright, let's get started. Open your preferred internet browser and head over to github.com. On the top right search bar, type OpenScreen and hit Enter. Click on the first result that says OpenScreen. Now scroll down until you find the installation section and click on GitHub Releases. You'll see the latest version. At the time of this recording, it's version 1.3.0. Since I'm on Windows 11, I'm going to download the file that says OpenScreen Setup, latest.exe. That's the correct installer for Windows. Go ahead and click on it, and the download will begin. Now, depending on your browser, you might get a warning message. If that happens, click the three dots, then click Keep. You may see another prompt asking if you trust the file. Click the drop-down and select Keep anyway. This is normal for files downloaded from GitHub. Every browser handles this a little differently, but the process is basically the same. Once it finishes downloading, we'll move on to installing it. You can now go ahead and minimize your browser. Open your File Explorer, navigate to your Downloads folder, then find the OpenScreen installer. Right-click on it, and click Open to start the installation. Next, you'll be asked if you want the installation to be available for all users or just your current user. Go ahead and choose the option that works best for you, then click Next. From there, just follow the prompts. Leave everything at the default settings, and continue clicking Next until the installation completes. Once the installation is complete, you'll now see the OpenScreen icon on your desktop. Make sure to leave the checkmark selected at the end of the installation so the application launches automatically. Then click Finish, and OpenScreen will open right away. Alright, let me quickly walk you through the interface. The first icon lets you choose what you want to record, either your full screen or a specific window. The second icon controls your system audio, so this is where you decide if you want to record the computer sound. The third icon is for your microphone, so you can turn your voice recording on or off. The camera icon allows you to record your webcam if you want to include yourself in the video. The next button is your Record button. This is the one you press when you're ready to start your first recording. Right next to that, you have the Open Video File icon. This allows you to open a recording that you've already captured, so you can bring it into the editor and start making adjustments. The folder icon also gives you access to your saved recordings. The minus icon will minimize the application, and the X will completely close the program. So that's a quick overview. Now you know where everything is before we start recording. Now I'm going to perform several movements on the screen like creating a tutorial and press Record, so you can take a look at the OpenScreen editor. First, I will open Docker for this example. Click the first icon and pick Entire Screen. Then I'll click Share, and then I can click Record. Once it starts recording, I will minimize Docker and open Git and start WebODM and perform several tasks. Then I'll close everything, and when I hit Stop Recording, OpenScreen will take me directly to the editor where we can begin editing the screen recording. This editor is super simple, and the developers keep updating the app and adding more features. Thumbs up to all the developers working on this free, open-source application. I want to say thank you for your hard work and dedication to the open-source community. Alright, let me give you an overview of the editor interface. This is your timeline. This is where you'll be doing all your editing. At the top left, you have the Add Zoom effect. This lets you zoom into any section of the screen at a specific point to draw attention to that area. The next icon is the Magic Zoom. It suggests where zoom effects should be placed in your video. It's not very accurate, but once you apply it, you can adjust the zoom levels anywhere along the timeline. Next is the scissors icon, which allows you to trim your clips and cut out any sections you don't want. After that, you have annotations, where you can add text, arrows, or any object to your video. Then there's the speed option, which lets you speed up your clips. Finally, you have the aspect ratio tool, where you can switch between formats like 16 by 9, 9 by 16, and others. Perfect for platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. That's a quick rundown of what those icons do. Next, you have the viewer window. This is where you can see your video playback, along with all the effects and edits you're applying in the timeline. So anytime you make changes, like zooms, cuts, or annotations, this is where you'll preview exactly how your final video will look. On the right side, you have the control panel, where you can adjust your zoom effect levels, playback speed, and video effects. You'll also find the background settings, which let you change the background to an image, solid color, or gradient. At the bottom, you have the export options. I recommend leaving the export setting at the default medium, as it provides a good balance between quality and file size. Alright, now let's start editing and creating our video tutorial. Before we jump in, I just want to point something out. This is not a full-fledged video editing software, but it's perfect for doing quick edits to your screen recordings, things like trimming clips, adding zooms, and highlighting key areas. So if you're looking for something fast and simple to polish your tutorials, this gets the job done really well. Now let's go ahead and start editing. I already made a pre-edit, and that's what you're seeing here in the timeline. The green markers represent the zoom effects that I added to highlight important areas, and the red markers are the cuts or trims that I made to clean up the recording. So this gives you a quick visual reference of how your edits are structured inside the timeline. Let me show you how this video actually came out so you can get an idea of the kind of edits you can create with this free open source software. As you can see, I zoomed in on the OpenScreen toolbar to highlight the important buttons. Then I zoomed back out so you can clearly see that I minimized the Docker window. After that, I opened Git Bash, and as soon as I started typing, I zoomed in again to highlight exactly what I was entering. These are simple, clean edits, nothing too fancy, but they work really well for tutorials like this. And honestly, that's all you really need to create clear and engaging instructional videos. Here, you can see I'm starting WebODM. Then I copy the localhost link and zoom back out so I can paste it into the browser and log in. From there, I go through a few different steps, just to show you how smooth and natural these edits can look. Notice how the zooms guide your attention exactly where it needs to go. Nothing feels forced, nothing feels distracting. It's just clean, focused storytelling. And that's really the goal here. You're not trying to over-edit or make it flashy. You're trying to make it clear, professional, and easy to follow. These small zoom-ins and zoom-outs make a huge difference in keeping your audience engaged and helping them understand exactly what you're doing on screen. And the best part? You're doing all of this with a free open-source tool. No expensive subscriptions, no complicated workflows. Just simple, effective edits that get the job done and make your tutorials look next level. Alright, let's add a zoom effect to the timeline. To do that, go ahead and click on the Add Zoom icon. You'll notice the zoom effect appears both in the timeline and in the viewer. Now you can click and drag that zoom effect to wherever you want it to take place in your video. Once it's in position, you can adjust the zoom level. I've found that around 1.8 zoom is kind of the sweet spot. It gives you a nice focus without overdoing it. Now, let's drag it a little more to the right in the timeline and hit play to preview your edit. Alright, that looks good. But let's tighten it up a bit. Let's make the zoom a little shorter. Go ahead and grab the edge of the zoom effect in the timeline and just drag it inward to shorten its duration. This makes the zoom feel a little more snappy and responsive instead of staying on screen too long. Now let's hit play again and see how that adjustment looks. You can also click on the zoom effect in the timeline to select it and move it in the viewer to a different part of the video to test how it looks in another location, just like I'm doing here. This makes it really easy to experiment and find the best moment to emphasize something on screen. If you want to delete anything on the timeline, just select it, and then press Delete or Backspace on your keyboard. You can also remove it directly from the control panel if you prefer. Next, you can experiment with the Suggested Zoom from Cursor feature. This will automatically suggest zoom points based on your mouse movement and clicks. Now, keep in mind, it's not always accurate, so you'll definitely need to go in and make some manual adjustments. But it's a great starting point that can save you time when adding zoom effects to your timeline. Now you can also adjust the playback speed of your clips to speed things up a bit. This is really useful for removing downtime or making your tutorial feel more fast-paced and engaging. Simply click on the speed icon, then you can extend or shorten the speed section on your timeline. On the right side panel, you'll be able to adjust the speed level to your liking, so you can make it faster or slower, depending on how you want your video to flow. Next, one of the effects that really makes your video look clean and professional is the padding effect. This effect basically adds spacing around your video, giving it that framed, cinematic look. It helps focus attention on your content and makes your tutorial feel more polished. You can also support my videos directly from your phone. Simply swipe left, tap the hype button, and choose your hype points. You can also tap thanks and select a contribution. Any support is truly appreciated. You can also enhance the look even more by adding roundness to the edges. Just use the roundness effect, and this will give your video those smooth, rounded corners. It's a small detail, but it really adds that modern, polished feel to your tutorial. The shadow effect is another one that really makes a difference. It gives your video a more 3D look and adds a nice sense of depth. Instead of the video looking flat, it now feels like it's slightly lifted off the background. It's a subtle effect, but it really helps make your content look more professional. Next, this is where you can change your background. You can also use a wallpaper background. OpenScreen includes a collection of modern Apple-style wallpapers, which gives your video that clean, premium look, almost like you're using an Apple device. Or, if you want to keep things simple, you can go with a solid color background. It really comes down to your style and how you want your video to feel. But personally, my favorite is the gradient background. It just gives your video a much more professional and modern look, and it really helps your content stand out. The next tool you can use is the annotation tool. This lets you add text, upload your own images, and even use arrows to point things out on the screen. This is where you can really get creative. Highlight important steps, guide your viewers, and make your tutorials much easier to follow. You can basically use this tool to create some really engaging and professional video tutorials. OpenScreen also gives you several aspect ratio options for different platforms. So whether you're creating for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, or Facebook, you can quickly switch to the format you need. This makes it really easy to repurpose your content for multiple platforms without extra editing. OpenScreen also lets you save your project files so you can come back later and continue editing. This means you don't have to finish everything in one sitting. You can pick up right where you left off. It's a really useful feature, especially when you're working on longer tutorials or making multiple revisions. Once you're happy with all your edits, simply click on Export Video. Let the video finish rendering, and once it's done, you'll be prompted to give it a name and choose where to save it. Just name your file, click Save, and your video is ready to go. If you're tired of paying for expensive subscriptions or investing in high-cost software just to create simple tutorials, OpenScreen is a really solid alternative. And the best part? It's free and open source. Tools like this open the door for anyone, whether you're just starting out or already creating content, to build professional-looking videos without worrying about the cost. And honestly, that's what makes this so powerful. Huge respect to the developers who put in the time and effort to create tools like this for the community. Because of them, we all have access to something that can help us learn, create, and grow without limits. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And go ahead and watch one of these 2 videos next, so you can continue learning and growing in this field.